Hey guys, Jane Lums here. Just doing a video in regards to the most recent, hottest topic of Nvidia's newest release of video cards, which is the 3000 generation series. I coming into all this, I didn't actually think it'd be that big a deal, to be honest, because I felt the 20 series wasn't that great to begin with from the 10 series. I know I did buy a 2080 and a fairly high end one at that, but I just didn't think that it'd be that much of a performance jump or anything like that. But after watching this video, I'm quite amazed at what they came out with, and I think I'm gonna have to be a sucker and buy a 3080. Even though I don't really need it per se, but some of the cool features that are up and coming is gonna make it, I guess, in my mind, worth it anyways. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll through the video, talk as I go. And I'll just kind of cut out all the fat, or what I think, for me anyways, what I thought was really interesting about these next generation cards that are coming out. I'm going to try and make it as short as possible. I know I like to talk a lot. One of the first things I want to talk about is all the streaming features that are coming out in the next, and this is not only for the 3000 series. It's going to be supposedly for the next, on the next or soon to be updated drivers coming through Nvidia, and it'll only work with RTX cards. So that's a good question for me, as in, because I know some 1080 10 series cards can run RTX things if you get software or something. I'm not too sure about that. So does that mean 10 series can actually use this new software, or is it just pure RTX cards like the 2060, 2070, 2080, and 2080 Ti and the 3000 series? I will do research on that to find out. But yeah, I'll show this clip quick. I don't even know who this guy is. I think he just works for Nvidia, and I guess he works for the division of streaming and stuff like this. But there's some cool, because I just started streaming myself about 3 months ago, and I've grown apparently fairly decent. I mean, not crazy, but I've been about 3 months. Got about 170 followers and about 10 subscribers, and it's been great. It's been really cool. I've been getting into it, and streaming's pretty fun. Like, just since you're gaming, and for the most part, it's for fun, right? But yeah, these features here, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited to be able to use this stuff once it comes out. But here we go. We'll watch a little bit of the video.
Available for download in September and runs on any RTX GPU. Brandon and GeForce Marketing will now show you NVIDIA Broadcast.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon and I'm very excited today to talk to you about our NVIDIA Broadcast app. Like many of you, I've been home a lot lately. I've been video conferencing all day and gaming and streaming all night. And I have a very basic webcam microphone setup. NVIDIA Broadcast makes these things supercharged with a lot of new awesome features that we really bring out using the power of AI and RTX GPUs. The first one I want to talk about is noise removal.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Now, I'm just gonna pause this for a moment. It makes me feel bad because I originally bought my Blue Yeti mic just recently for streaming, and I knew that it had some type of spatial sound adjustments or isolation, which kind of works. I wouldn't say it works perfectly or anything, but it sucks that I had to buy this when this came out after. I wish this was out before, because then I would have just been able to use this software and call it a day, right? So what's happening here is his wife is hair blowing her hair in the back right of him there, and we'll go ahead with the video.
Sound makes it very hard to understand what I'm saying. But when I turn on noise removal in the video broadcast, you find that it's completely gone.
Yeah. Like,
That's
amazing.
Just awesome audio features. There's some really exciting video features as well.
This one downright kills it for me. Like, I just want this software to come out now because I want to use it.
First up, we have the ability to blur your background, which you may notice that I need because I have a very cluttered and messy room.
You haven't seen my room yet, dog.
On,
look at that! Oh my
effect.
god! And that's not it. There's way more to it than just that.
And I can adjust the strength of that from low to high.
So cool. And that's in software. That's not even with a camera. He's using a standard stock camera, a webcam. Look at that. Boom. Oh my god. Oh, boom. Oh my god.
With the magic of AI. It's that easy. Or,
so good.
Here's
the main one. No green screen. Done.
And now I'm playing with a green
Oh,
screen effect without actually having to have one at home. I don't have to play good, but at least I can look good.
he shot that without looking. Hacker.
Sometimes when I'm video conferencing or doing a just chatting stream, I want to zoom in to get a more
This
personal
is pretty
point of view of
interesting
the
too.
audience. But the problem is I
It
bounce
follows your
around so
face
much, it's
within
my
the
head to
shot.
get out of frame. With the auto frame
So
feature,
it doesn't turn the camera. It just keeps you within frame, in the frame.
it's like having your own personal cameraman that follows you wherever you go.
Yeah, look. Oh,
So, if
oh.
for example, I wanted to reach over and grab my cool Valorant hat
Valorant hat?
and show it to everybody, it follows
Sleep, Valorant, repeat.
me
Nice.
every step of the way.
I like that hat. I'd buy that.
I just find Nvidia broadcast to be really exciting, as both a streamer and as someone who works from home. The ability to remove distracting noise, improve your background, and keep yourself in the center of the frame are all awesome features.
So sick. So sick.
In
The next kind of
one app.
oops. Next thing I want to bring up is that really stood out to me was the use of their software where they basically just bypass the CPU and RAM system RAM and go straight to the GPU and GPU RAM. I don't fully understand all the tech and what they're doing, but basically what they're doing is just bypassing the middleman, so it's more direct and a lot faster. Just trying to skip all this stuff here. Where are we? A lot of talking. Look at that. Ooh. Look at those visuals. Ooh. Marbles. Crazy. Blah marbles and awesome marbles. Alright, so is that his that's his face. That's funny. I just noticed that. So where is it? Okay, right here. So this is the process of how I guess information gets translated from to and from, right? So your storage, which is your hard drive, goes through your CPU, system memory, then comes back through PCA line or the motherboard and goes through GPU and then GPU memory, right? Now, what they're doing is they're just bypassing that because there's a lot of you can see here that they're using they're up to like 20 or so cores on Gen 4 SSD for information going back and from back in 2 and 4. Now, when they actually what they did now is that they're able to actually just go cut the middleman and go directly straight to the GPU, and you'll see how much less it uses. So it's like 0.5. Like that's insane. That is insane right there. So alone, that kind of tells you that SSDs will actually matter more, or like NVMe's, all those kind of things, because the faster your storage will be, the quicker everything will be going, and you won't have the bottleneck of the CPU or the system RAM there anymore, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so the next thing that I want to bring up is, I think it's the pricing, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to go in a row of. I love this. They actually show all the previous generations. 256. This was a decent design there. The original, this design was really cool. The 980 and 1080. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Looks like it's getting bulged out a little bit. 1080 was just whatever. 2080 was kind of cool. I like the way that looked. And then now the 3080. Look at all those heat pipes though. Oh my god. Insane. So this is what the 3080 looks like. That's the card that there's a good chance I might be getting the reference card. No lies. But the cooling in regards to this is very interesting. I'll explain once I get to the video point of that. Right here. So you can see here there's two fans, and there's a lot of airflow, or slits and holes, and even the housing is very fine mesh, I guess, or something. It's very fine. It could be metal or plastic, I'm not entirely sure. but there's actually two fans, and they're actually separated by the middle here. And this is how all the cool air will get intaked from the bottom, and then hot air goes out from the top slash out the edge. Now, I love blower cards for two reasons. One, it gets all the heat out of the case and straight out to the exhaust area or the back area, right? Which keeps the rest of your system cooler. Um, but the problem with the blower style cards from the past is that they're usually louder and the cooling efficiency usually isn't that great. I like that this has a combination of both, right? We're basically now I don't know the numbers. I don't know how they place like what will be have more of the heat if it's going to be from here or from there, but I'm just going to assume it's 50-50. Okay? Because it looks like the heat pipes are actually sharing between both, right? And they're going across each. So it's safe to say that most of the heat will be or the heat will be dispersed among both sides here. So the simplest way to look at it is that 50% of the heat is going straight out to the back. So then you won't get that much heat from the inside. A lot of people complain, or I saw some reports, people saying, well, if you have an air cooler, well, then you're just getting all that hot air from the front fan and goes through the air cooler, which would be around here, and then straight out again. But the thing that people don't understand or not remembering is that all the cards nowadays, they just blow straight into your case for the most part. So you're getting both of the temperatures from both sides into the case, and maybe not directly right into the air cooler, but it's going to be around there somewhere and then get exhausted out. So the way I see it, you're still getting 50% of the heat going out. In these are very rough in general numbers, right? We like this card could be 5 times hotter than any card previous, so then that won't really matter. But just in simple terms, 50% of that heat is going out, and this is normal. This is normal right here. Rather than outputting from the vents that would be normally on the side here, it's going straight through, which is better cooling for the GPU anyways, and it's going straight out that way. Now, you'll usually have maybe one or two fans up here and then one fan here, so it should have no issues exhausting that temperature. So, really cool design. I think the only reason why I would buy reference design, and I would never normally buy it, but I would buy it in this case, is because I think the cooler design is super cool. Huh, see what I said? What I did there? It's supposed to be 3 times quieter. I think it'll state it somewhere here. Yeah, it's supposed to be 3 times quieter and 20 degrees cooler from past reference style cards. Now, take that with a grain of salt again, because they're saying that's comparative from the last reference card. So if I don't even know if the heating or the cooling was great on those cards to begin with, but that's just comparative to the last cards, right? Not third party or anything like that. Yeah, that's super cool though. Cool. All right, so here's the pricing structure of. I love this chart, and it makes me really understand and look at things in a good way. So they're showing here the 980 and 980 Ti performance, which is roughly what 5-10% big deal, right? Then the next series of cards, 1080, which is the one I have in one of my systems, and a 2080. There's some decent jump there. I'm guessing 20-30% by just guessing by the distance there. And the 2080 Ti is on the far right, which is super expensive for just a little bit more performance. And now you're looking at a 3080, and roughly what they're saying is that it's double the performance of a 2080 Super at the same bloody price. Now, right here, if you are like a person like myself that wants to get the high-end stuff, not the super high-end stuff, but the high-end stuff at least, this is probably your best price to performance factor right here. Double the performance of the 2080, which I can't even imagine at the moment. Like the only game for me that actually gets that taxes my system is Battlefield 5 at max settings, so to get it ultra smooth. Now it runs it good, don't get me wrong, but I would like to think that I'm very frame FPS or frame sensitive. So when I do get a little bit of hesitation or glitches or any frame time things, I do feel it at times, even with my 2080. Now, if I'm getting double the performance with a 3080, I can only imagine how good that's going to be with ray tracing on too. I usually keep it off because I just don't like the added taxation of frames for that visual stuff. So, but maybe in 3080 I can have that on and still have better frames, right? With 50% increase. Oh my gosh. Anyways, to make it simple, 3080 is probably the best card to get for anyone that likes to spend money, right? Because obviously this is big boy territory here. 3080 and the 3090 and 2080 Ti, right? Now the next price comparison, price to performance comparison is the 3070, which is going to show up with that little gleam of green light there. Boom. So this is probably the entry level wannabe big boy territory ish, right? With the 3070. Now, this card is just slightly faster than 2080, which is, I'll take that, fine. For 2070 super prices, that's pretty amazing. And in all regards, that would be the minimum card I would get for this time, but I don't want to get. Okay, I'll put it this way. If I do upgrade from the past, or if I upgrade from the last gen, I'm always going to get something that's better than the highest that you can get from the last gen, or to me, it doesn't make sense. All right. So what I mean by that is when I got the 1080, I wouldn't even count stuff below it. But anyways, when I had the 1080 from yesteryear and I upgraded 2080, I did not want to get a 2070 that would be just roughly the same performance of a 1080 Ti or anything like that. I wanted to get something that would actually defeat whatever the last gen's highest card is, because that's only what makes sense. If you're going to spend a lot of money, you might as well get something better than the best last card of yesteryear. So the 3070, yes, I guess technically speaking, is just a touch better than 2080 Ti. My guess is after drivers and updates and all that kind of stuff, I'm guessing that 3070 will start to pull away a little bit from the 2080, like the 2080 Ti, like the 2080 Ti did comparative to the 1080 Ti. Because obviously, I believe when the 2080 first came out, the performance difference was just a little bit, just like the 3070 and 2080 Ti. So it looks like they're doing the same kind of, performance jumps to price. However they categorize their placement for items. But to me, for $200, I think I still would go for the 3080 just because I like to be almost big boy territory, but I don't want to spend $2,000. That's just way too crazy. Anyway, I'll skip enough talking about the pricing. The one thing that I'll have to say in this picture right here, you guys can see this here. The one negative effect to this whole entire lineup from the reference cards from the Nvidia is where they placed the damn plug. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? I don't get it. Why would they intentionally make such a beautiful card and put the damn plug in the middle there? Like, do you guys realize how ugly that's going to be? I mean, I'm sure you can cable manage it nicely and stuff like that, but we already kind of hate it at the end, right? Some of the nicer cards actually, or some cards in the past used to put it on this end facing the other way. But like right in the middle, dog, man, does not look good. I hope there's a way to make it look good, but I don't like that. Yeah, these are the RTX performance jumps. Kind of weird that they show the 1080 versus 30, but they don't put the 20 series in there anywhere. Don't get it. It makes me think that maybe 20 series is a little bit closer to the 30 series for RTX. Unknown. They released Call of Duty Black Ops, or what is it, Black Ops? Oh yeah, Black Ops Cold War. That's coming out soon. I can't believe there's another game already. And the last one, like, check out how big this is. This is the 3090. This is what it looks like. It's freaking ginormica. I don't know what case will take that.
3090 is a beast.
Yeah, duh.
Ferocious GPU. A BF GPU. 36 shader terabytes.
So this card is not really meant for consumers. It's actually meant to take the Titan spot now.
And it comes with a massive
It's huge. Triple slot. Super huge. Like, this thing, you're going to have to consider a lot of components around it to make it work, because it might not fit in any case easily, to be honest. Just crazy. I mean, if I really want to, I would get this just because, but I mean, I can hook up my 4K TV to this and play games like no one's business then, and that's definitely a thought because of me streaming my VR games and stuff, and racing games. But I don't know if it's worth the price, to be honest. Yeah, they check out all the 8K gameplay footage and they love it, etc., etc.
Launch is a giant step in an artificial time. An Ampere brought an FB9 like never before.
Yeah, there you go. There's the product stack right there. That's the 3090. Look at it. It's wide, it's thick, and it's longer than a normal 3080 card. Which I think the 3080 card would match whatever length and height of a normal 20, like the big boy 20, like my card that I have, which is like a triple thick. I don't think it's a triple thick though. It looks like it's dual thickness.
I can't wait to go forward 20 years.
I can't either.
In this,
But yeah, that is that is my thoughts on these next coming cards. Again, obviously there's different types of people. Different people think different worths of different things, and people have different types of money situations. But ultimately, if you ask me, I think the best price to performance is probably the 2080, or sorry, the 3080. It's gonna be probably about 1,000 Canadian, give or take. They say it's gonna be the same price, but I doubt it because Canadians always get ripped off, if you ask me. But thanks for watching, guys. Please toss me a follow and a like on my YouTube channel, JLums, or check me out on my Twitch channel, JLums OG Gamer. That's 2 G's. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good day. You guys are all awesome people. Thanks.